100 yards, we found a slice of an old ship's hull cracked open on the rocks, the broken boards shifting gently in the waves. Lou toed the wet sand around it and stepped forward to touch the wood. "It must be the Portuguese ship," she said, and squatted to turn the plank over to look for a name. "What ship is that?" She cocked an eyebrow and looked straight at me. "I heard a story about an old wreck in this sea, carrying gold back to the Queen of Portugal." A pair of waterbirds nearby splashed up and down, causing a ruckus and slapping the shallows with gleaming white wings. "Let's keep hunting," Lou said. "We might find some of that gold hereabouts." We walked on down the beach to another piece of the hull that was splayed out along the sand. Lou moved right onto the boards, pushing her way into the remains of the cabin. She was my older sister by nearly 2 years, braver than anyone in our family, even when she spotted the brown beach mouse scurry across a swelled-up purple foot in the doorway. "Don't move," she said suddenly, but I stepped closer to her, and we found ourselves balancing on a fallen jam beside 4 naked bodies. "We better go tell Father." I smelled a terrible rot from the dead flesh before us, but I pressed closer to look at those bodies. One was arrowed through, and another had bled out from his neck. I knew one of the women from back in New Orleans and a boy from the schoolroom there. Last year, he had been daring and prideful, making fun of my coarse black curls. But now he lay in the brack, his own red hair slithering round his head, smelling like a dead animal turned to shite water. I squatted in the sweet gummy mud and leaned over to stare at him. His face had begun to turn to mush in the shallows, but one arm lay exposed to the sky. I had never seen a dead person up close before, so I touched my finger to his skin and moved it up and down because my father, who had experience with dead people, had told me that when a body is exposed to the sun for a long time, the top skin pulls away from the second layer and it slides back and forth. "Stop," Lou whispered to me. "You know that could have been us." "How?" I asked. "Any old boat coming through the storm. Could have been our lost son. Could have been our own family laying there dead." Turned out, that ship wasn't Portuguese at all. It was the Gailey, the ship that Mr. Stephen Austin had sent months before, filled with settlers like us. No word had ever come back, nor by sea nor by trail, and folks at the porthouses in New Orleans had been wondering about its luck. Father and Uncle James found 6 other bodies lying up the beach, and some more in the canebrake, clothes and guns and food, all stolen from them. We stopped 2 nights on that bay, while Father did the burying. He made rough boxes from the shore trees and dug dry land graves, and when he was finished, he stood straight, let his long rifle dangle limp under his arm, and took a small amber laudanum bottle from his trouser pocket. He uncorked it and gulped it all. His shoe prints were cut in the sand down the beach, and he stood quietly, staring at them. "What's wrong?" I asked him, but Lou took my hand and walked me away, back to the wherry boat and to Grandma. Later, Uncle James decided that only the dead Anglo bodies would get holy crosses, because he said the others were not our kind. I laughed when he told us that, and my grandma slapped me. But truly, one body's just like any other once it rots to grave butter. We traveled with our father and his mother, our uncle and kin, as refugee families did in those times, moving in packs like hounds for survival. Lou had lost her mother to fever in the Carolinas, and when the family got to Mississippi, Father took up with
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.